Welcome back to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and in this video, we'll look at one of Eufy's latest releases, the X8 Pro SES self-emptying robot vacuum. The first I've tested with an active anti-tangle system that helps remove hair strands from the brush, and the first with twin turbine suction, Eufy says provides 80% more airflow and 1.8 times better cleaning performance. I've spent the past week testing this robot vacuum, putting it through different tests to determine whether these claims are accurate. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. The X8 Pro is the newer version of the X8 with twice the suction and an option to purchase it with a self-emptying base station if you choose the SES variant. As I've said in the intro, this is the first robot vacuum I've tested with a comb behind the brush, helping it detangle hair wrapping on the brush, which is an issue with nearly every robot vacuum I've reviewed. The V-shaped brush pattern helps with detangling so nothing wraps on the brush. Eufy takes it further by adding a detangling feature during the mid-cleaning cycle and another after the self-emptying cycle. Also, users can access the detangling feature and run it while the robot is stocked as needed. This robot uses a laser sensor Eufy calls iPath for navigation and AI Map 2.0 for map creation, which is the sensor in front. I initially thought it was for obstacle avoidance, but that wasn't the case since it didn't avoid objects as a robot with this feature should. In addition to vacuuming floors, the X8 Pro has a mopping pad behind the brush roll, enabling hybrid functionality, so this robot can vacuum and mop simultaneously. It has a detachable 270ml water tank that doubles as a holder for the mopping bracket. The robot automatically goes into vacuum-only mode if you remove the mopping pad.
Mop pad holder removed. Enter vacuum-only mode.
And goes into hybrid mode if you attach it.
Mop pad holder installed.
It has a top-mounted 335ml dustbin in case you're interested in a cheaper robot-only option. But the better value for me would be the self-emptying option since it comes with a base station housing the 2.5-liter bag, which is generous since the base station is compact. Next, we'll look at the things I like, and the biggest one is the hair cleaning performance of this robot vacuum, which is the best I've tested so far. Before testing the X8 Pro, none of the robot vacuums I've tested got a 100% score on both 5 and 7-inch hair. Yes, even high airflow robot vacuums. So I was curious how the comb on the X8 Pro would handle 5 and 7-inch hair on hard floors. And it was excellent, picking up 100% on both experiments. So I tried it on 9-inch hair, which I have not done with the other brands since most struggle even with shorter strands. And it picked up everything without anything wrapping on a brush roll. I also tested it on carpet, but you'll have to wait till the latter part of this video to see the results. The next thing I like is the high airflow, enabling it to pick up surface debris at an above-average efficiency compared to other more expensive brands. It has up to 24.53 CFM of airflow and was above 20 CFM in the two middle settings, so you could use it in these settings to maximize runtime without sacrificing cleaning performance. It got an average of 99.24% in a sand-on hard floor test, which is one of the best scores for a robot vacuum at par with other high airflow robot vacuums. Surface cleaning performance on hard floors and carpets is also above average, making it one of the better value options given its price. And despite the high airflow, this robot isn't as noisy as other high-powered robot vacuums, only maxing at a little over 61 decibels in the max setting. Unfortunately, the self-emptying cycle is loud, screaming at over 79 decibels.
Warning.
Another thing I like is the efficient navigation, thanks to its laser sensor. This robot will toggle between edge cleaning and a back and forth cleaning pattern. So it's quite thorough, but only has a 2-pass run, which is sufficient for most cleaning tasks. You can see this at play during the coverage test, where it got almost every Quaker Oat crumb I scattered, and it's quite efficient, finishing the 2-pass run in less than 20 minutes. Factoring in the thoroughness, it's an excellent result. The self-emptying base station does a decent job at emptying debris from the dustbin. I tried emptying it after the coverage test, where the dustbin was full of Quaker Oats, and it got almost everything out. I also tried it on a nearly full bin of hair, and there were no issues with the base station vacuuming it out. Another thing I like that bodes well with this robot's longevity is it has a detachable battery. I learned about this while browsing through the app. Under the Accessory Services tab, tap on the battery icon here, and it will show a video on how to replace the battery. These batteries are available through online stores like Amazon. Mopping performance is decent for a robot vacuum without an agitating element. I tested it on two stains, red wine and juice stains. It was decent with the first experiment, getting nearly everything out after the first two-pass run, but it needed another run to clean everything. However, it wasn't as good in a juice stain test where it stalled, but not as badly as other brands I've tested. It was able to finish the run, but it took longer than usual, and the stains were no longer visible, but it needed two separate runs. Nonetheless, it's the best performing robot mop on juice stains without an agitating element on its mopping pad. The Eufy app is another strong suit of this robot vacuum. It has nearly every feature you'll need for cleaning automation. It has features like the live map, map saving, containment, so you can block off-limit areas. You'll have three different options for containment, namely virtual boundaries, no-go zones, and no-mob zones. Virtual boundaries are similar to a virtual wall in that it blocks the robot from going past it. No-go zones and no-mob zones are similar in function in that it blocks the robot from going into a square or rectangular zone. The Eufy app also has the mapping run, which is the default and only option, so creating maps will be faster than a vacuuming run where the robot has to go through every nook and cranny. It can save up to 5 map levels, one more than Roborock, but unfortunately, the app doesn't have auto map detection. The app also has quick access to the self-emptying and brush roll cleaning feature in the main interface, so there's easy access to it. If you prefer using voice, this robot is compatible with devices like Alexa and Google Home. Lastly, and a potential deciding factor, is the cost. The Eufy X8 Pro is one of the cheaper alternatives available, falling in the mid-level range. Given its efficient navigation, self-emptying feature, and above-average surface cleaning performance, it's a good value alternative. Now let's move to the things I don't like, starting with the deep cleaning performance, which is below average for a high airflow robot vacuum. It only got an average of 63.43% in two tests on mid-pile carpet. Another downside is the fast spinning side brush that tends to scatter dirt. It's one reason why it didn't pick up a higher percentage on hard floors and the coverage test. While the X8 Pro was excellent at picking up hair on the initial tests on hard floor, I tried mimicking this clip on their promo video by spreading hair on carpet. It's not exactly pet hair, but from a wig to mimic human hair. It's a mixture of lengths I randomly cut. While the comb can dislodge smaller quantities of hair, there is a limit. It won't be as effective with high quantities and longer strands since this will wrap on the brush. Even with several brush cleaning cycles, it couldn't dislodge everything, and there's a considerable chunk left on the brush. One plus is that it still picked up this much hair on carpet, but it's not as good on this surface as it is on hard floors. One potential downside with a vertically aligned port is the alignment issues, especially if you're planning to use it on carpet. It's only an issue if there's an uneven surface, but I tried it on this flat carpeted surface and there were no issues. The Eufy X8 Pro is an excellent mid-price alternative for folks who need a self-emptying robot vacuum but don't want something gigantic taking up a lot of space. It's a better performing robot vacuum than, let's say, a similar price product like the Roomba J7 Plus, with more efficient navigation, better service debris pickup, and better app features. And the best part is, there's a $200 off discount on the Eufy website if you purchase this product right now. Hurry until supplies last, since I don't know when this deal will end. If you have any questions or comments about this product, leave them down below and I'll respond as soon as I can. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if this video has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.